Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's Sherry, and we're at Sherry's Metaphysical Corner. I just wanted to let you know I am very happy and pleased to be back. Welcome aboard. So, I hope you're all enjoying this fall season. It's been an amazing season for weather. It's just great, and I think if I had to choose, I think the fall would be my favorite. So as we begin, we're in for a very interesting show today. I have a wonderful guest. And as you all know, I have been working out of a wellness center. Well, this gentleman that I have on today has been in the healing arts long before anyone else has. And his credentials are quite long. He's a medical intuitive, he's a kinesiologist, he's a nutritionist, and he started out in chiropractic care. He also has written a book, Enjoy the Benefits Without the Risk for Optimum Health. So let me just show you the book that he has as well, so you can kind of have an idea of what it looks like. So as we continue, so let's get started. The gentleman that I am actually having on today as a guest is the doctor that I work with at the Lebro Center for Wellbeing. This is Dr. Tony Lebro.
Hi.
Welcome aboard.
Great to have me.
Yes, I'm so glad you are here today.
Me too.
This is fun. We've done some live segments before, and we're going to have some more fun and giggles. So as we get started, before we get started, I want to ask, where can people reach you? You must have a website, so I'm sure that they would love to see that.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
It's alebrocenter.com.
Okay. And there's lots of things that he offers as well. He has massage therapist. He has, there's another woman that does, what is that with the?
Acupuncture.
An acupuncturist.
Two massage therapists.
Two massage therapists, okay. And he has his main office. He's originally from Haverhill, and born and raised in Haverhill. And he has an office his main office is in Kittery, Maine, and has another office in Exeter, New Hampshire, and in Plastow. So, welcome aboard. This is going to be fun. Yeah. So let me just ask you this question. And I think as we begin, let me just put my glasses on. So in case I miss something, I know I asked you about your website, but it does seem that more and more people are becoming more and more interested in the holistic field. What prompted you in your early days to get involved in holistic things? I know you were very young when you started.
You know, it's interesting because I get that question asked a lot.
Yeah.
It actually started when I was very young, but I didn't know it.
No.
When I was about 5, naturally, we would have company come over, and we'd have neighbors come over, and I would say, Auntie Louise has a stomach ache. So-and-so has this problem.
Really?
But I thought every kid could do that.
Sure.
And then when I got in high school, we used to have people skipping school to come and see me for counseling.
Stop
on their health, yeah. They would actually skip school. I'd skip school. And I actually thought maybe at that time I was going to become like a psychologist or something.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I was reading people, and I remember an event that happened. I remember there was a young girl that came in. She was 2 years younger than me. And I sitting in a room with a bunch of kids, and I was a kid too. And I said, please do not in the future go on a motorcycle, because something will happen, and there's a fence involved. And she didn't listen to me.
Oh my gosh.
And 2 weeks later, her and her boyfriend were on a motorcycle, and part of the fence went through her, and she died.
Oh, stop it.
Yes, and that's when I started realizing that what I'm saying actually has some validity to it.
Wow, some impact to that.
Impact, yes.
Oh my God.
And I started realizing then
Take it seriously.
to take it seriously.
Wow, so this started with you at a very young age.
Yes, very young age.
Oh my God, long before anybody was even involved in any of this stuff. So, oh my gosh. Well, give the viewing audience a little insight into your abilities. I mean, do you specialize in any of the particulars that you work with, whether it's medical, intuitive, kinesiology? Do you have a special that you like?
Well, I like being with people, you know, and every person coming is individually.
Yeah.
And I start reading them the moment I look in their eyes, the moment I touch their hand.
Okay.
And when they come in the office, I let them know, so I'm not invading their space, that I am reading you now, and I'm going to be complimentary by not telling you what you have, by asking you questions that I already know the answer to.
Right.
Okay?
Wow.
Because when I first went into practice, people would come in and I'd tell them what was wrong and they'd run out the door. I'd call them on the phone. They go, why did you run away? Because you were right on. You scared the hell out of me.
I bet.
So then I went to doing paperwork, acting like a doctor, you know,
Sure.
calming it down
Calming it down a little bit, sure.
and doing
Well,
it
and that
step
was
by step.
the early days of doing what you are doing now, so that probably did frighten a lot of people.
Yes, it did.
Wow, so just looking at somebody or just touching them, huh?
I just feel things, you know. I just like, yeah.
What do you feel? Ah,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
playing with them.
Yeah,
That's very fascinating. I
Yes.
didn't know it was to that level, honey.
yeah.
That's,
It's almost like a
really
little
interesting.
whisper or an instant. Just a flash,
Yeah.
and I just know it.
It's like cognizant. It's a knowing, you don't even know why, you just know
I
it.
don't know why. I mean,
Okay.
I remember probably when I first started doing this
Mm-hmm.
more extensively in practice, we had a patient, I'll just mention their first names because
Yeah.
of HIPAA laws. It
Okay.
was True and Grace. They were 78, and they were retired school teachers.
Mm-hmm.
And those two never missed their Friday night appointment, and they missed it. So I was very concerned.
Yeah.
So I said instead of the girls calling, I was going to call. So I got a hold of Grace on the phone.
You called yourself?
I called myself because I was very concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, where's True? I noticed True didn't come in tonight. She goes, he's in bed. Nobody can figure out what's wrong with him. And he's been to the hospital and 2 doctors. And at that time, I never did that before, but something instantly came to me, and I always trust it. It said, back then there was no cell phones. I said, put the phone on his chest, and I'm going to put the phone on my chest. Now, remember,
Landline phones?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I never did this before, but I follow my instinct
Okay.
because I trust it. Within 5 seconds, I picked up he was having a stroke on the left side of his brain next to his pituitary gland, which is very small.
Oh
now,
my
that was
gosh.
Friday. Monday morning, the whole family came in to thank me for saving his life. And they did 2 CAT scans and MRI to find out that I was correct, that he was having a stroke on the left side of his brain. That's why I asked you to call 911 right away.
Right away.
This is Monday morning, and she said the doctors had a question for you. How did you
I bet
know?
they did.
First of all, you were correct, number one. And number 2, how did you know that without an MRI CAT scan? And I answered like I always do. I have no idea. I don't analyze it. I just do it.
You just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And that's when I started doing it more and more often.
That's an amazing story.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 people who were regulars, and you took the time to call them yourself. You don't find that very often, do we?
Well, not only do I do that, but every new patient, whatever they pay, includes that they can call me anytime
On your
during
cell.
the week at no charge. I'm
Oh.
available Monday through Sunday just for questions because I love helping people.
Wow, that
You know, when I was very young,
amazing.
because you brought that up, I just forgot this and I'm remembering it now. I decided to take my mother in the bedroom because I said, we need to talk. I was 5.
You were 5.
I was 5. And she goes, what do we need to talk about? I said, we need to talk about what I'm going to be when I get older.
Okay.
So she mentioned firemen and policemen and et cetera. And I said, no, I wanted to be a Chinese doctor.
Oh my gosh.
And she started laughing. And I said, why are you laughing? And she said, because you're Italian.
So she took it literally.
That's what she took it literally.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. But this is pretty much what you're doing.
Yes, and
Chinese
pretty much
medicine.
what I'm doing is Chinese medicine, reading the body, and the skills that I was born with.
Wow. That's fascinating stuff. I really like this subject. It's very, very interesting. So how long did it take? I mean, when did you first start to realize seriously that you want to really get involved in medical intuitive?
Well, you know, I wanted always to get involved, but back then, when you first went into being a doctor,
Sure, yeah,
it wasn't acceptable to
No.
do that according to the board.
that's right.
Okay, it's more acceptable now. So I would have to kind of lay low with that.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to.
No. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad, and I'm sure many of your clients are thrilled that you are not suppressed and have to hide it.
Exactly.
You have what you have. So I know you've been practicing a long time. Do you find that you just pretty much just tune in to people? Well, I think you kind of answered the question already. You just kind of tune in, or is it always with touch, or is it always with just
I
observing
tune
them?
into people just on the outside, walking around, going to grocery stores.
Okay.
And sometimes I want to say something, and then I realize, excuse me, it's not appropriate, and I don't want to scare somebody.
Right.
I know when someone's going to die, which is not comfortable. You know,
That would be scary to
I
know
just
that.
know things.
That would be frightening to know that. Oh my gosh, you know when somebody's going to die. Okay, so let me just ask, is this work limited to, let's say, just specific issues when you're working on a person? Is it just specifically like heart or strokes or arthritis or
No, I pick up
anything?
when somebody has a weak heart or they need some CoQ10 to give the energy to the heart. I remember a particular patient coming in as we're talking. She had a lot of left shoulder pain, and I said, you know, you got to go back to your physician. I think you have cancer. And every time we send her back, she says, no, it's just a shoulder problem. Okay?
Just a shoulder problem.
Shoulder problem. And I pushed it by the end of 6 weeks. And indeed, after they did some further testing and x-rays, I was correct. She did have cancer.
Oh my goodness. Was it in the bones?
It was in the bones, yes.
Amazing people, just amazing. And now you can kind of see why we work together. Because in conjunction with what he's doing, I also work with the tuning forks to help clear and balance a person when they've gone through something that's very challenging in their lifetime. Let's say cancer, or if they've had surgery. When you go in and have surgery, especially anesthesia, or they cut you open, what happens is your body actually goes into shock. So when he is working with somebody that's had some surgery and things like that, he also sends them to me so that I can kind of balance their biofield around their bodies, which is 5 feet wide on either side of you. That challenge of going through anesthesia and being cut open, your body has been literally forced down with anesthesia. You're actually being forced to slow down and shut down the brain. It's not something that you're doing casually and just falling asleep like at the end of the day. It's forced. So that throws the body into shock. So in conjunction with what he's doing, he sends people to me afterwards, and we work pre-op, post-op, things like that. So that's fascinating.
I just remembered something that doesn't have to do with health, but it's very interesting.
All right, yes.
I used to live in Canada from 2005 to 2011. And one day, somebody broke into my Jeep. And I was staying at the hotel before I lived there. And I was very determined in following my whisper that I heard. So I went to the front desk and I said, I need to know where the police station is so I can get permission because they took my license and my passport.
Oh, wow.
And I said, now I'm going to find the person who stole my license and passport. And the woman was looking at me and laughing at me, right?
Yeah, right.
So I walked out, took a right, and I'm following my instinct, and I went 6 blocks. There's a guy there with a little patch over his eye with a bunch of other people. I walked right up to him as closely as I could.
Get out.
And so he couldn't move, and he took a step back, and I said, the reason I'm looking at you this close is I'd like to have my license and passport back now. And I thought he was going to pee his pants. Okay?
I thought it would hurt you.
But what he dropped on the floor out of his pocket
Was your license?
my license and passport.
Stop it.
So I realized then that I could use my abilities other than just
Health.
health.
Oh, that's very interesting. That's fascinating.
I also helped, there was a young girl that was trying to get some money for her child, and I'd walk by every weekend and she'd have a little cup to put money in it.
Okay.
And I do these things by feelings and instinct.
Right.
And I'm not somebody that gambles at all,
No.
okay? I just like to help people. So after her trusting me about 2 or 3 weeks, I said, we're going to help you. And you need to trust me. We're going to the casino in Montreal.
Uh-oh.
And I said, we're going to pick out the machines. I know I can do it.
Okay.
Never did it before, so you can have some better life for your child. We left with 18,060.
Get out
I picked
of town.
out every machine.
Oh, my God. And gave her the money and walked away.
Yeah, and I see her once in a while. She has a car now. She's gone back to school.
Really?
Yeah. So I realized that my skills are not limited just to health.
But, and I think also too, and correct me if I'm wrong, tell me what your feeling is on this. I think when people are tuned in for the right reasons, and the higher realm, they know it's not going to be abused. And I think that's why some people have been given certain gifts, even if it's just to test the waters. I think that's probably why they gave that to you.
My purpose is to help as many people as I can while I'm on vacation.
While you're on vacation.
And some people think I'm going on vacation and don't realize what I'm saying.
And I have to tell you all, this is a funny story. He tells everybody, I'm on vacation. His life right now, while he's here, is on vacation. Not just going on a vacation somewhere in a specific time. Every day is a
I
vacation.
live my life as if I'm on vacation.
That's right.
Just like being here at the studio, this is fun for me.
That's right.
Okay, I'm enjoying this.
Now you know why I like working with him. Fantastic. I love that. I never heard that story. You never told me that. Okay, so we could talk just a little bit about something specific, and this is probably one of my favorite things that you do. Kinesiology. I really like that. What exactly is kinesiology?
Ology means the study of kinology. It means touching, muscle work,
Yeah.
muscle testing,
Okay.
etc. You can go in more depth, but this is kind of brief,
Yeah.
you know. And I go through the acupuncture points,
Okay.
and it's like a short wire electrically. So if I go to a certain electrical point, it has to do with an organ, and
Yeah.
the organ is dysfunctional because it doesn't have enough electrical supply or energy to it,
Right.
the arm will drop because it's like a shot in it.
Oh, okay. Got
So
it.
I do that too.
I know you do that. That's awesome work. I've seen many
But
people.
with my intuitive skills, I can pick up on it right away.
Really?
I do it mostly for the patients rather than just sitting there and going, hey, you have a problem,
You'll do
scaring them.
that. Right. So if they go through the motions of doing this,
Yes.
how does it actually work? Somebody holds their arm out
Would
and
you
you
like
press.
me to show you?
Yes. Let's
Okay.
have a demonstration. That'd be
Okay.
great.
So take your arm here like this.
Okay.
Match my energy.
Yeah.
Think of a battery in your car. It has two poles,
Okay.
positive and negative. So positive, what are you feeling? Your arm's very strong.
Yes.
What happens when I go to negative?
Ooh.
Okay. Can
Drops
you
right down.
Drops right down. So I'm looking for that drop as I scan your body.
Okay.
And then I tell you and share with you what I found out was going on with that organ.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So he tunes right in. That's amazing. I love that. Okay. Well, this could be really a wonderful assist. This tool is just amazing, although you don't really even need it anymore. But I think to make the client or the person understand it better, I think it's helpful. So does it automatically, and I think you already answered that question, does it automatically come into you when you're doing a consultation on someone, or?
I automatically already know, but I go through the muscle testing so
go
they
through the
won't be
motions.
afraid.
Okay.
And so they can see the objective, subjective of
Right,
it.
right. And and I think that really kind of touches point, because I know for myself, when I'm doing certain things, I like to have diagrams, posters, charts, graphs, things like that, because people are very visual. They really want to be able to see what it is that I'm talking about. So like when I talk about
Absolutely.
the biofield, they want to see what does that look
Absolutely.
like. So I usually will have a poster for them or a chart. It really helps, I think, an individual grasp what we're talking about.
I agree, 100%.
Well, cool, very cool. So, as we continue, let me just see. I'm not really sure if this is pertinent, but, so let me ask. I know you started out as a chiropractor and you do a lot of chiropractic care. So let me just ask you this one specific question. And a lot of people have asked me this, and I'm actually learning from you. So, and I
We're all
actually,
learning from each other.
yeah, and I actually give this explanation now. What exactly is that sound that we all hear when a chiropractor is giving us an adjustment?
I'm so glad you asked that question because it's a misconception.
Yeah,
Basically, your
because I know
vertebrae-
people keep thinking it's a bone.
Yeah, your bone's not cracking at
No.
all. Only orthopedic surgeons that have to realign or crack a bone for surgery or broken bones do that. What a chiropractor does, basically, he's like the master electrician of the body.
Yeah,
So your body's in a state of vacuum. So if it moves, the vertebrae moves a few centimeters out of place and impinging a nerve
Yeah.
above and below,
yeah,
it creates a space. And the body doesn't want to have a space.
Okay.
It wants to have fill that vacuum. So it fills it with nitrous gas.
nitrous gas.
Right. So it's almost like
Right.
that. The gas is released. So we're not bone crackers, we're actually gas poppers. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Thank you for saying that. So it's just releasing air, releasing gas out
Nitrous
of the
gas.
body that's just stuck there.
Stuck in the open space.
And then what happens? Does the vertebrae just go back into place?
Goes back into place. You can do that with your knuckles.
Oh, right, right.
Same thing, nitrous gas being released.
Oh, for crying out loud, that's so neat. So, any idea, I mean, this is kind of interesting, any idea how chiropractic care, what was the history on that? Any idea
Well, the
when that
history
started?
came from D.D. Palmer. He was from Canada, actually.
Okay,
And he moved to Iowa, Davenport. And he was a magnetic healer.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
Did he use magnets?
Yeah, I don't know. Just know he was a magnetic healer with his
Okay.
hands and stuff.
Oh, yes,
okay?
yes.
So he ran across a person who became very famous, Harvey Lillard, was the janitor there. And he was partly deaf.
Oh, wow.
And one day Harvey came in and shared with Dee Dee Palmer that he was deaf. And doctor did an exam on him and noticed that part of his neck was a little bit higher on one side than the other.
Okay.
So he kept on pressing and pressing until the bone went back in place.
Wow.
And his hearing came back. And that's how chiropractic started. That was the first adjustment, September 9th, 1895.
1895.
Yes.
So all of the things that we're hearing about chiropractic care, even the biofield tuning, all of this stuff is not new. It's been around a long time. I know even the tuning forks started in England back in the 1500s. So this is crazy.
Whatever's new is old, whatever's old is new.
Yeah, it just resurfaces. Wow. Well, this has been really a kind of a fascinating story. I think I really enjoy the story of that couple, that elderly couple that you had. That is
True and Grace, yes.
astounding. Put the phone right on your chest.
Everything that I do, I'm still, even though I've been doing it for years,
yeah.
I'm still amazed.
I know it. Now, you've been in business probably 45 years, I think?
Plus.
Plus. He's just a young man. See what I mean? He's just this very young man doing all this work. It's crazy.
I feel like a young man.
Wow. Well, the insides never
I
change.
take good care of myself.
You do take very good care of yourself.
Yeah.
Takes wonderful care of himself. Well, I guess it's that time. We're getting the high sign. So as we start to close and pull the show to a close at this time, I'm going to just show everybody, if they want to get in touch with Dr. Tony, you can look at his website if you want more information about him. This book is amazing. It's Enjoy the Benefits Without the Risk for Optimal Risk. This is awesome.
And it was
Optimal Health, I'm sorry.
It was co-authored with Sean Devan.
Oh, Sean Devan. Okay, I remember you telling me about him. Yeah.
He was my assistant.
Was he?
That followed me around. There's a chapter in there, The Journey with Dr. Tony.
Oh, no way. Oh, that would be interesting to read.
Yes.
Well, you can catch this if you want more information about Dr. Tony, and I'll let you say what the website is.
alibrocenter.com.
alibrocenter.com. So if you want information about him and more information about what he does and how he works, it's amazing. This is somebody that you probably would find fascinating. And we're actually going to put another chapter in here. He's updating
That's correct.
it. You're updating this
Yeah,
soon,
that's right.
aren't you?
We're going to add a picture of
Yeah,
me in the
on the
back because
back.
people were requesting it.
Okay.
And we're going to have a chapter on what you do.
Yeah, we're going to add biofield tuning.
It's going to be revised.
It's going to be revised, so that'll be out soon as well.
And then I'll write another book.
And another book. Well, I hope that you all found
Libro
this.
means book, so.
It does?
Yeah.
Stop
In
it.
Spanish, it means book.
Libro in Spanish means book. Well,
Yeah.
do we need to say more? Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
You didn't make that up, did you?
No?
Well, as we say ta-da for this segment, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it fascinating as much as I did. I hope you found it educational.
I loved it.
We'll see you again soon. In the meantime, enjoy the day. You can reach me at energyworkstudio.com. If you have any more questions, you can certainly send them to me. And I hope this fall season has been wonderful to you as it has been to myself. I just love this fall season. Anyway, take care, stay tuned, stay connected. Good night. That was fantastic.